The following review is intended for entertainment purposes and targeted for adult fans of the series. Hello there, heroes. I'm the Orange Ranger, and welcome to another comically long review. In my previously mentioned struggles to make the channel fit into this version of my life, the comic reviews have really suffered the most of all, as even when I'm struggling to make videos, I tend to focus on reviewing television episodes, Dragon Knight or Dino Fury returning on Netflix. That is not because these videos have a smaller audience, even though they do. It's more that I consider myself a TV reviewer first and foremost. I started doing comic reviews temporarily and then made the decision to pick that up permanently. So my apologies if these reviews have felt less prioritized and you really enjoy them. Angel Grove has been captured by Lord Zedd, domed up all Brainiac style, with Green Ranger Matthew Cook on the inside, but the other Rangers on the outside. Can those Rangers break in and save the day? Find out in my review of Mighty Morphin issue number 6. The main cover seems to indicate that the Rangers will get through, charging through green energy and falling into the city. Zack is in the green bolt on the cover, which I might just start calling the wrong color bolt. The Legacy cover, MMPR number 66, is pretty neat actually. The Rangers also seem to be inside the city, but the Green Ranger looms overhead in a projection. We might be getting some story focus on Billy here. The splash cover is Billy, who interestingly seems to be wearing a suit. Notice the tie. Then there's an interesting Jolzar Collectibles cover. It's the color covers again, but this time with a Ranger on it. It's the blue cover with the Blue Ranger. Over 10,000 years ago, when everything else was happening at the same time, a battle was taking place on a moon in the A47 galaxy. The Hartoonians are attacking the Eltarian Guardians, serving Dark Spectre for some evil purpose. Zordon gets surrounded and calls to Zardis for a flank, but he doesn't seem to respond, and the cheese is getting binding. Better late than never, Zardis arrives and takes care of it. They clear out the enemies and call it in. Zordon thanks Zardis for the save, and he sarcastically tells the Chief Guardian to not mention it. Zordon insists that the promotion wasn't his idea, and he tried to ensure that Zardis got the job. Zardis doesn't sound convinced and admits to being upset. He fought and bled for that job. But hey, Zordon got it, so maybe he's a better warrior. Zardis pledges his loyalty, and I'm sure the sarcasm combined with the Mirror Universe beard means he's completely on the level. They are the last team to search the planet, and breaking the tree line, they see something they didn't expect. Pandora Palace itself. So, let's head back to the present day. The Rangers fighting Chaos Putties just outside of Angel Grove. They fight, they banter, the usual, until Billy says he's received a signal, meaning it's time to split the deck. They take off and declare they are clear, and the United States Marines move in. We are proud to claim the title of United States Marines. The Marines blast away, but no luck, the shield stands. Not sure why they expected conventional weapons to work on it if their weapons weren't. They prepare for a second volley, but flying putties attack from above. The Rangers jump back in, saving the soldiers, and when everyone is clear, they teleport out. This next scene is one that has been a long time coming for the Power Rangers franchise. Let's see the American military interacting with the Power Rangers, and especially Zordon. Zordon asks for more time, but it's been 23 days, and the president is growing impatient with an evil force having a permanent presence on US soil. There's even talk of just nuking the town and being done with it.
It's the only way to be sure.
Zordon says that the Power Rangers are sworn to protect Angel Grove from any threat. The general says he'll let the president know, but with Matt revealed, the president can assume that the other Rangers are also just high schoolers. They will not nuke the city until the soldiers are out, and the general can make that evac last 36 hours. The Rangers start freaking out about the possibility of their families getting fried up extra crispy in a nuking, but Zordon says he will not let it come to that. He tells everyone but Billy and Candace to get some rest, the three of them focusing on their current experiment. After the others leave, Billy says they don't have a current experiment, and Zordon says that is exactly why they need to come up with one. More wonderful humanizing stuff here. It looks like the Rangers have set up bunk beds in the jail cell so they can sleep. Rocky asks about a collection of bottle caps, Kim saying she thought they were trash and throwing them away. He goes off, saying those were for his sister. She makes murals out of them, and now she and everyone else might get nuked, and he just really wants to go home. Tommy tries to reassure Rocky, saying everything will be fine, but Aisha isn't having it. They have no way of knowing that. They don't know what's happening in the city. And beyond that, Zedd knows who they are, who their families are, so they in particular are in great danger. Tommy says thinking about that is not going to help. All they can do is stay focused and get ready to fight for the people they care about. Billy did come up with an experiment, one that's working, scanning for low-frequency broadcasts from the city. Billy takes the chance to ask Candace about the supervision process, which leads Zordon to ask about Eltar in general. Candace asks if Zordon has family on Eltar, and he says no, everyone he ever knew on the planet has been dead for a long time. She says that's not actually true. As it turns out, Zardis did become Supreme Guardian and has held the title for generations. Eltar has made many advancements, including extending their lifespan, growing buildings that reach the sky, and plants that fulfill their food and energy needs, even floating continents above the planet.
There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, just a dream away.
Candace starts to talk about how Zardis sent her to Earth with a request, but Alpha cuts her off as they've picked up a transmission from inside the shield, and it might just be a way inside. This is another good scene, but a little bit spicier. Tommy and Kim get ready to go for a run outside the command center. They talk shop at first, but then Kim says she needs to discuss something else. So Tommy changes the subject to Matt. He asks her if she knew he was the Green Ranger. And apparently this is not the first time he's asked, as Kim is fed up and tells him, yet again, she didn't know and she would have told everyone if she did. Tommy insists that if Kim had been keeping that a secret, he would understand why. It's just that Matt is a wild card, and he needs all the information he can get. He promises not to get mad, but Kim points out he's already mad, and there's no way that she can win this. Denying it, he suspects her. If she were to admit that she did know, he would never trust her again. Billy gets them both out of it, saying Zordon needs to talk to them. Grace has managed to get the Rangers a message. It's garbled, but they hear just enough to learn that she's found a way to disrupt the shield at Parlor Street. The Rangers worry that Grace could be compromised, and her keeping the Green Ranger for herself does make her less trustworthy, but they can't ignore this chance. Kim, anxious to let out some aggression, declares it's Morphin time. They teleport in, not seeing any weaknesses in the shield, and then the putties attack, making this seem a lot like a trap. But then Candace arrives and transforms into her white guardian form. She blows up a whole bunch of putties, and the Rangers are totally jealous of her armor and powers. Tommy goes to pull the team out, but the others beg to stay, giving Grace just a little more time. Sure enough, she comes through, a portal opening near the Rangers. The Rangers are pulled through the portal, the pursuing putties smashing into the shield behind them. They look towards the city and see a massive purple energy column coming from the center of the shield. But otherwise, the city is pretty pristine. It's quiet and undestroyed. They try to call Zordon, but can't get through. Adam says something is very wrong, and indeed it is. A combined army of Chaos Putties, led by Goldar, and human soldiers, led by Matt, the Green Ranger. Goldar calls Angel Grove their perfect world, and Matt tells the Rangers to surrender in the name of Lord Zedd. Wow, there's a lot to unpack in this issue. The core plot seems to have taken a huge twist, with Matt now suddenly seeming to have switched sides, fighting alongside Goldar for Lord Zedd. But more interesting to me in this episode were the human moments. Rocky getting really upset about losing the bottle caps, but really it's concern for his family. Kim and Tommy fighting over an ex, all of that even more complicated with all the Ranger stuff. Heck, you've even got the Eltarianizing, I guess, moments between Candace and Zordon reminiscing about Eltar. This was kind of another take-a-breath issue, but those can lead to some of the best character development. Mighty Morphin, issue number 6, gets a 5 out of 5. Next time on a comically long review, we'll flip over to the other Ranger team and see how they're dealing with Astronema and Ecliptor on Onyx. Find out when I take a look at Power Rangers issue number 6. That is going to do it for another comically long review. Thank you, heroes, so much as always for watching, and I'm going to say once again, thank you for your patience with me in this summer drought of videos as I try to reorganize everything and get everything worked out. I really appreciate it. Please let me know if you like this video by clicking that thumbs up button right down below, and while you're down there, make sure you leave a comment down in the comments below letting me know what you thought of this issue, as well as my review of it. If you'd like to support this channel financially, you can consider checking me out on Patreon or Ko-fi, and you can also check out my Teespring to get quality Orange Ranger videos gear just like this. Until next time, heroes, may the power protect you. In my previously stated struggles to try to get the channel to fit into my life now, yeah, growing buildings that reach the sky, and plans. Thank you for your patience with this summer drought of movies.